Hello everyone, welcome back to Tilly's Dance and Yoga Factory YouTube tutorials. I hope we're all well. Today is going to be a challenging one, hopefully. It's going to really test our balancing, tree pose, dancer pose, front leg holds, lots of exciting stuff. So give it your best shot. Don't worry if you can't do it, don't worry if you fall out of it, just keep coming back into it and we'll really strengthen all those ankles and legs, especially in today's practice. You will need a couple of options. A yoga block, if you don't have one, we're selling them, free delivery to your doorstep, or you can use a water bottle. It does do the same thing. So something really secure, not a plastic water bottle, something which basically can take all your body weight. Okay, come starting down on your mat. Bring your knees together, drop down the eyes. Place your hands on your thighs. Make sure that your toes are relaxed behind you. You might have them like this. If you can and it's comfortable, relax the toes or maybe even place a towel or a blanket underneath. Relax your belly, relax your shoulders. And start to inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Start to really deepen the breath. Thinking about really sending that energy all the way down deep into the belly. Energizing and internally warming up the body. Ujjayi breath is not an easy breath, but it really goes hand in hand with the movement of yoga and also the breath work. Gently open the eyes, roll the shoulders up, back and down, and come into cat pose. Really wide hands, space between the fingertips, and start to send your belly down towards the floor, taking your gaze up towards the ceiling. Doming that spine, looking down towards your toes. And we'll just take a couple more here, and you can follow the speed of how I'm doing it, or simply just follow your body today and see how your body's feeling. I hope we're all well, by the way. I never said. It's so nice that you're joining me, whether it's your first time for our yoga videos or whether it's your second or third. Hello and welcome. I hope these videos bring you some joy and make you feel good about yourself. Last one. Okay, taking it side to side. So now we're twisting in our spine. And then just start to circle. These are my favourite. These feel so good in the hips. If you do have any knee issues, you might want to double up with your yoga mat or towel or blanket, or just simply stick to some twists. So really start to make those circles nice and big and juicy. So it's like we're coming through our child's pose. And whichever way you were going, make sure you go the other way. We always try and equal ourselves out. And we're going to be working in dancer pose today. So extend your left leg up to the ceiling. And with your right hand, take hold of your foot. And start to push your hand away. So there's that active push. And extending that foot up towards the ceiling. Squeezing your belly button towards your spine. You'll feel, or can you feel, that you're starting to engage your right butt cheek. If you're not, do so now. Good. Whoever said yoga's easy, hey? I'm shaking. Good. Bring it back down onto the floor. Extend your right leg up high. Left arm behind. Take hold of your foot and extend, pushing that foot into your hand. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Fantastic. Come into downward facing dog. And just start to pedal out those feet here. Really thinking about squeezing those heels down towards the floor. Lovely. Walking those feet towards those hands. Nice wide feet, so I'm going to take my feet as wide as my yoga mat and swing those arms forward into a really wide chair pose. And coming up. Swinging those arms forward, we're starting to really engage the legs here, ready for our balances. And up, 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, come up. 1 more. Inhale. Reaching those arms up higher if you can. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Fantastic. Come to the middle of your mat. Let's do some sun salutations together. So placing the feet nice and close together, so toes and heels are touching. Just find some stillness in the body. Start to think about the grounding of the feet. Almost like the 4 corners of our feet are touching the yoga mat. I know our feet aren't square, but imagine those 4 corners of your foot really pushing down into the floor. Hands come to namaste. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. So we're really trying to flatten our back here. Exhale, hightail the floor. Step or jump your feet back into plank. Hold it here, guys. 5, 4, 3. Keep inhaling and exhaling through the nose. 2, 1. Drop those knees. Untuck those toes and bring your belly down onto the floor. Roll those shoulders, cobra. Looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find some stillness here, so try not to move your hands and move your feet too much. Really find that stillness and that strength that this posture needs. It's a hard one. We use this a lot in yoga for our break, but if you're doing it properly, you should really feel it all over your body. Push down into the floor. Imagine a piece of string is on your chest and it's pulling you down towards the ceiling. You look towards the space between your hands. Right foot forward. Coming up, so we're in a high lunge here. Fantastic. Exhale, place the hands down on the floor. Right leg back. We're going to do the same thing with our left foot. So coming into downward facing dog. Lift that left leg, bring it all the way to the front of our mat. High lunge. Really squeezing the core here. Make sure we're nice and high up on that back foot. I wasn't very high then. Nice and high. Good, place the hands down on the floor. Step back into plank. Downward facing dog. Finding that stillness in this pose. Look towards your hands. We're just going to take 2 jumps. So jumping halfway and then jumping towards your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Taking your toes with your peace fingers and starting to pull yourself down, but I'd like you to bend your knees. Trying to fold ourselves in half, like a sandwich. Good. Halfway lift. And coming up to mountain pose. We're going to do a little sun salutation a little bit quicker. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Hands on the floor. Step, jump back into plank. Hold it here. Downward facing dog. We're going to take 2 big inhales and 2 really big exhales through the mouth. So opening the mouth nice and wide. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look towards the space between your hands. Right leg rises, stepping all the way to the front, coming up into our high lunge. Now this is working towards one of the poses that we're going to be doing today. Place those hands back down. Step back into plank. Downward facing dog. So we're working a little bit quicker now. Left leg rises, step it all the way again to the front of your mat. You know what you're doing now. Extend those arms long. Make sure we're nice and high on that back leg. Hands down onto the floor, step back into plank. Drop the knees. Send the hips back. Nice wide knees for this. Come into a child's pose. And just taking a moment. Just listening to how the body is feeling. Bring those knees together and roll those shoulders up, back and down. Okay, come to standing. Come into your mountain pose, nice and strong. So hands are facing to the front. Okay, let's come into dancer. Holding that right ankle, extend that left arm long and start to push that foot away. Now keep this flowing, challenge. You're going to bring that right foot forward, holding onto the foot or the calf, extending that leg in front of us. Bending at the knee. Come into your tree posture, either down low or you can bring your foot up high. And taking your gaze wherever you feel like you need to and what feels good for you. And if you come out, don't worry, just come straight back in. Release that leg, but don't put it on the floor. Wrap it in front of your body and just sit down. Don't go any further. Bring your hands to your heart and see how low you can sit. Depending how tight your Achilles tendons are, mine are very tight. Just go where you can. Come into mountain. Fantastic. Extend that left leg back. Holding onto the ankle, right arm reaches forward, pushing that hand away. Beautiful, hold it there. Extending that leg forward again for our forward lift, either by the calf or holding on here. If you have a strap, you can also use a strap. Woo! Trying your hardest not to drop that foot down. And come into tree pose. Really open those hips here. Bring your hands to your heart. Well done. I can't see you at home, I wish I could. I'm sure you're all looking incredible. Good. Releasing that foot, crossing it over that leg. Bringing those hands to namaste, seeing how far you can sit down without wobbling too much. We squeeze that tummy. Imagine those roots of your foot growing deep down into the ground. Coming back into mountain. Well done. Okay, challenge for today. We're going to do our half moon pose. So you will need your block or your water bottle for this one. Okay, half moon pose. I've got my block. I'm going to place my feet together. I'm going to place my block in front of my pinky toe on my right foot. So just in front of me. Really push down into that right hand. Place your hand on your hip and start to push the floor away as we extend our leg behind us. Now this might be enough for you today into half moon. Or you might like to start to open out to the side extending that top arm towards the sky. I'm really focusing here on my yoga mat to help me balance, really picking a spot on the floor. Now slowly with control, come down, just as we came in. Place the block to the left hand side. I love this pose, it's such a good challenge. Okay, half moon on the left leg. Place your left hand onto the block, push that right leg away, holding onto that hip, really keeping those hips square. Imagine you've got flashlights on your left and right hip and they're facing down towards the floor. Maybe pause here, or you can extend, opening out towards the side, reaching the arm high. And then slowly with control, coming down. Whew. Okay, coming into child's pose, allowing the arms to stretch out in front of you, sending the forehead down towards the mat. Start to walk your hands over towards the left hand side, feeling that big stretch along the side of your right body. Continue to use your breath to allow you to maybe sink a little bit deeper into this pose before walking your hands over to the right hand side. Feeling that stretch along the left hand side of the body. Inhaling and exhaling. And give yourself enough time to stay in child's pose. Or alternatively, you're more than welcome to come into corpse pose, which is our Shavasana. So lying on your back with your hands facing up towards the ceiling, just feeling all the benefits of today's practice, allowing your mind to drift off and just let everything go. There's a really lovely quote that I'd love to read you to end today's practice, but feel free to stay here for as long as you like. Life is a balance between holding on and letting go. Life is a balance between holding on and letting go. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as possible. Namaste, and I'll see you soon.